It's arguably the number one most important thing. And you always need to be learning. You always need to be consuming more information to grow yourself first before you can grow others. What's up, everybody? Wayne Veldsman here with Work, Grind, Hustle. So we're still in somewhat of an unusual time in this world. Things are a little bit hectic, right? So COVID-19 is nearing an end. When I say end, businesses are starting to open back up. Things are starting to get closer towards normal. But now we had the whole incident with George Floyd happen, which sparked sort of the Black Lives Matter, I would say almost revolution once again, which is so great that finally, people are not just getting riled up on a subject and then sort of falling off, but people are really working to enact change. And I absolutely love that. I love that people are so driven and motivated to help change the world, to help change others. However, if you are not willing to first change yourself, it's going to be extremely difficult or nearly impossible to change others and to change the world. So if you've listened to the podcast before, one of the overarching themes is really mindset and personal development. So I wanted to just take a couple minutes today and share with you guys a few things, probably about 5 different things that you can use to help develop yourself, right? To make yourself better so that you can do even better and greater things in this world while working to make others and the entire world better at the same time. So let's hop right into it on these 5 different things on how to make yourself better first before making others better. So first and foremost, number 1, I'm gonna mark it just as always looking and seeking out for more knowledge. I wrote it down as reading, right? I actually was just busy reading book over here. It's actually an illustrated version of Ray Dalio's book, Principles for Success. But honestly, you don't need to just be reading books, right? It's just an overarching looking to consume more knowledge and grow your mind, right? Whether it's physically reading a book, whether it's reading articles online that I'm not talking about the news, I'm talking about actually written by credible individuals who are writing about experiences in their life or things that they've learned that they're tweaking and repurposing, right? Reading, whether it's listening to audiobooks. If you're not a huge reader, listen to audiobooks. Listen to podcasts, right? If you're busy listening to this, if you're watching the video, you're busy searching out knowledge to grow yourself and grow your mind. And that's arguably the number one most important thing. And you always need to be learning. You always need to consume more information to grow yourself first before you can grow others. I personally love listening to podcasts whenever I'm driving in the car, especially while I'm working out at the gym. It's some of that sort of half downtime that can be used really, really nicely to grow yourself. So number 2 is going to go right in, tie exactly to that what I just mentioned, and it's working out and exercising. Now, I'm not diving deep here into, the actual nutrition behind things and why you need to stay fit. And I greatly believe in that as well, right? It's so important. But you need to be exercising in order to keep mostly your mind sharp. There's so many studies out there that show by exercising just little bits every day or a couple times a week even, you have less stress. You have less anxiety. You're more capable of just simply thinking clearly and making more informed decisions, right? Your mind is the most important and strongest muscle in your body. And by actually doing physical exercise, you're working it out as well, right? And you need to be working yourself out. You need to be exercising, taking care of yourself, simply so that you're capable of making appropriate decisions. So you're capable of thinking clearly, as well as you're going to have the energy necessary to perform at your highest abilities day in and day out, right? I'm not talking just if you're doing physical labor every day, right? Of course you need to be exercising for that. But even if you're just sitting behind a computer, right, just typing, if you're on the phone the entire day, you need to have the mental stamina needed, the physical energy needed to be able to go through your entire day, sometimes hours at a time, be able to think clearly the entire time. So exercising is extremely important. That's my number 2 for taking care of yourself and actually working to develop yourself as well. Number 3 that I'm going to go into is very strongly tied with how you're taking care of your mind. How I mentioned that exercise is going to help you to think clearly. Number 3 here is actually meditation or mindfulness meditation. If you're not familiar with this, essentially what it is, it's taking a time out from your day, putting all work aside, putting all really technology and notifications aside, and just calming your mind, stilling your mind. Now, mindfulness a lot is just simply the focus or the practice of mindfulness. A lot of just focusing on your breath, simply to prove to yourself and to practice being in control of your mind, especially in today's day and age with so much going on, right? Notifications on our phones, emails coming in, news in the background, or technology and screens all around us. Our mind is seemingly controlling us, right? It goes on tangents of being worrisome about what happened in the past or what's going to happen in the future or what's going on in the news. Through practicing mindfulness, you're actually shifting the paradigm from your mind being in control of you to you being in control of your mind. As you focus on your breathing, you focus solely on just the sensation of breathing in, the sensation of breathing out, simply to train yourself and to practice being in control of your mind, being able to choose what you think about and what you're focusing on versus your mind sort of controlling you. So meditation and mindfulness is something that's very near and dear to my heart, something I don't maybe speak about as much, but it is truly essential to develop yourself. And so that way when you're in intense situations, right, when you're in somewhat controversial things that you're trying to enact change, mindfulness and meditation is so important. I'll throw a little number 3.5 in here along with meditation. It's going to be affirmations. What affirmations are, it's essentially telling yourself that you are good enough, that you're more valuable than you think of, right? That you're literally amazing person, that you're extremely capable. It's all boils down to self-talk, where the majority of people, unfortunately, think things like, oh, I'm not good enough, or, oh, they're going to pick somebody else. Why would they go with me? Like, I don't have a chance. No, that's so incorrect. You want to flip the paradigm and tell yourself positive affirmations, really day in and day out. Sort of train your subconscious to really think that you are good enough, that you are more valuable than even you or anybody in the world realizes. It's going to sort of start to shift yourself almost subconsciously. You're going to start to do acts day in and day out that's going to create you into that person that is better than you are now. So I actually suggest the app. It's called I Am. It's a free app, and it just shoots you notifications throughout the day with just simple phrases of positive affirmations. Start to train your subconscious in that matter. So the app is called I Am. I highly suggest it. So moving on, number 4 here on how to make yourself better is actually to take breaks. And this is maybe a little counterintuitive to what a lot of you guys think. That, you need to be putting in tons and tons of hours of work, right? Whether it's working for other people, right? Our entire goals in life are to help others. But of course, when we're doing self-development as well, when we're working on our own projects, we need to be taking breaks. I've actually heard by some top researchers that it's recommended that about every 50 minutes, every 45 to 50 minutes to take a break. Some of them say take that 10-minute break until the top of the hour and then get back after it. Others say simply take a 2-minute break. Just step away, sort of break the cycle, go to the bathroom or go get some water and just take a break and break that cycle. So it's going to refresh your mind. You're going to be able to come back to subject matters thinking a lot more clearly being able to actually create a lot more impact. So taking breaks is absolutely vital to self-development and also to developing others, right? Now, last but not least, going with number 5 here. It's going to encompass everything together into working off of a schedule. Right in front of me, I have my schedule, and I'll actually go ahead and link to my scheduling training down below. And it's just so vital, right? Once again, we have so many distractions in our life that it's vital that we need to be working off of a schedule. Okay, I personally try and schedule out almost every single hour of my day. Now, you don't need to be on that level, that's totally fine, but at least make some blocks of schedule, right? This first thing when you wake up in the morning is self-development time, where I'm going to meditate, I'm going to exercise, I'm going to read. Next block, maybe the somewhat biggest chunk of the day, is going to be work time. Right, work time, then in there slots, schedule out some breaks, or even just put some reminders that you need to be taking breaks. And then schedule your evenings as well. Some important family time, some important reflection time, maybe once again some self-development with readings or exercise. But it's so important to work off of a schedule, or else from the moment that you wake up in the morning, if you're not prepared, you're going to start to be pulled in different directions. You're going to immediately reach for your phone, and you're going to see an email notification, and you're going to get pulled into the email, right? You're going to see a text message or a social media notification, and you get pulled that direction before you know an hour has passed, 2 hours have passed. And then the same thing's going to happen with your work. I personally love to schedule the exact activities that I'm doing throughout the day instead of just a general block of work schedule, or else you're going to sit down and all of a sudden when an email comes through, you get pulled in that direction to do that. And then your mind wanders, you're like, oh yeah, I have this other project, and you're going to open up a new tab and you're going to get pulled in the other direction and work on that. And then all of a sudden, 8 hours later, you feel like you've accomplished very little because you weren't regimented enough, you didn't have a schedule that was keeping you productive and actually helping you to develop yourself and to develop others as well. So guys, it's really as simple as that. Use these 5 easy techniques, these 5 easy sort of strategies to help improve yourself first so that you can help improve others and help improve the world, right? Because when it comes to COVID, this pandemic, even if it's a small thing, sort of staying inside, not spreading the disease, or if you're in medical and science, actually working to develop a cure, you need to develop yourself first before you can do that. Or if we're using the example of George Floyd and Black Lives Matter, you need to make sure to take care of yourself first. You need to make sure you're in control of your mind. You've been exercising, you've been practicing meditation, you've been thinking and reading positive affirmations so that you can simply think clearly, so that you know how to enact change and know that you're capable of enacting change. So guys, if you got some value out of this, please, one ask, as always, to simply share the episode. Shoot it in a text message to a friend or a family member who's going to get some value out of it, or better yet, post it in a social media if you're comfortable with that. Help us to grow the community, spread the message, so we can not only help to grow ourselves first, but thus be able to help to grow others as well. Until next time, guys, my name is Veldsman. You listen to Work, Grind, Hustle. Peace.